Who would want a young, successful real estate agent dead? Lindsay Buziak, only 24 years old, was brutally murdered while showing a $1 million home. More than a decade later, her case remains unsolved. Why has no one been brought to justice? Could it have been a professional hit? Or was it something more personal? What makes this case so chilling is not just the crime itself, but the complete lack of answers after all these years. Welcome back to Mystery Unveiled. Today, we're diving into the tragic and mysterious murder of Lindsay Buziak, a case that remains unsolved and continues to puzzle investigators. This case, filled with puzzling details and unanswered questions, continues to baffle authorities, and the killer or killers remain at large. Could there still be a clue hidden in plain sight? Let's explore the facts and theories together and see if we can shed light on this haunting case. Let's go back to February the 2nd, 2008. Lindsay Buziak was a young, promising real estate agent in Victoria, British Columbia. On that fateful day, she had an appointment to show a luxury home to a couple who had contacted her out of the blue. They were looking for a $1 million property, which immediately set off red flags for Lindsay. She wasn't used to receiving random calls for such high-end homes, and the manner in which the request was made struck her as odd. Lindsay even told her boyfriend, Jason, that something didn't feel right. She tried to brush it off as nerves, but deep down, she knew this was no ordinary client. Unfortunately, her instincts couldn't save her. When Lindsay arrived at the home, located in an upscale neighborhood, she met with a man and a woman who were described as being well-dressed, professional, and seemingly harmless. According to witnesses, they didn't appear to be out of the ordinary. But sometime after Lindsay stepped inside, her boyfriend Jason arrived at the house and made a gruesome discovery. Lindsay had been savagely murdered, stabbed over 40 times. The brutality of the attack was shocking, not just because of the number of stab wounds, but because it seemed almost too personal for strangers. Despite Lindsay's cries for help, there were no signs of forced entry or struggle. It was as though her killers had lured her into a trap and executed their plan with chilling precision. This case raises countless questions. Who were these people Lindsay was meeting? Could this attack have been planned down to the last detail? If so, why? Was Lindsay a random target, or had someone been plotting this all along? One of the most prominent theories is that Lindsay was the victim of a professional hit. What makes this theory compelling is how meticulously the killers covered their tracks. Just days before her death, Lindsay confided in friends that she had overheard some disturbing information that made her feel uneasy. Could it be that she inadvertently stumbled upon something dangerous? Something so sensitive that someone decided she should be silenced? When you considered the sheer violence of the murder, over 40 stab wounds, this wasn't a crime of passion or a random robbery gone wrong. This was something much darker. What's even more suspicious is how the killers contacted Lindsay. They used a burner phone, purchased weeks before the murder in a different city, activated only to communicate with Lindsay, and deactivated shortly after her death. This wasn't just a phone call to set up a real estate showing. It was a calculated move designed to leave no trace of the killer's identity. The burner phone was a crucial clue that indicated just how premeditated this crime was. It also led investigators to believe that Lindsay's murder might have been connected to organized crime or professional contract killing. But if that's true, the question remains, who ordered it? And why would someone go to such lengths to ensure Lindsay's silent? On the other hand, some believe the answer may lie closer to home. Jason Zalo, Lindsay's boyfriend, has always been a person of interest in the public eye, despite being cleared by the police. The timing of his arrival at the scene, just minutes after the murder, has raised eyebrows, as has his family's deep involvement in the real estate business. Could there have been something more to this relationship with Lindsay? Did someone close to her want her dead? While the police have repeatedly stated that Jason is not a suspect, the public continues to speculate. After all, in many murder cases, the perpetrator is often someone known to the victim. Then there's this mystery couple, the man and woman who Lindsay met that day. Despite sketches based on witness descriptions and extensive media coverage, these individuals have never been identified. How is it possible that two people could orchestrate a murder so brutal and vanish without a trace? Some believe that the couple may have been hired to commit the crime, possibly by someone who wanted to avoid being directly involved. If this was a contract killing, it would explain why the couple seemed so ordinary. Perhaps they were professionals, paid to do a job and then disappear. Witnesses in the neighborhood saw the couple briefly, but their descriptions have led nowhere. Experts in criminal profiling have suggested that this was not a random act of violence. Everything about the crime, the premeditation, the timing, the precision, points to it being carefully orchestrated. Yet despite these clues, the case remains ice cold. Private investigators have taken on the case in recent years, offering new insights. Some believe this could indeed be a murder-for-hire scenario, but no definitive evidence has emerged to link anyone to the crime. From my point of view, everything about this case points to a targeted killing. The use of a burner phone, the lack of evidence left behind, and the sheer savagery of the attack all suggest that this was no random crime. Whoever was behind this wanted Lindsay dead, and they went to great lengths to ensure that they wouldn't get caught. But the main question remains, why? Was it something Lindsay discovered? Was it connected to her work in real estate? Or something more personal? While the professional hit theory makes sense, the possibility that someone closer to her may have been involved cannot be ruled out. If you're fascinated by the Lindsay Buziak case and love exploring true crime mysteries that remain unsolved, then you'll definitely want to check out the series, Still a Mystery on Amazon. This gripping series dives deep into Lindsay's case and other baffling real-life mysteries that continue to haunt investigators and the public. I've included a link in the description where you can watch it on Amazon today. By using the link, you'll also be supporting the channel. So go ahead and check out that link and let me know what you think in the comments below. The murder of Lindsay Buziak remains one of Canada's most haunting unsolved mysteries. Despite the years that have passed, her family continues to fight for answers, and investigators remain hopeful that new leads will emerge. But with every passing year, the trail grows colder, and the likelihood of justice seems to slip further away. Will this case ever be solved, or is it destined to remain a tragic mystery forever unanswered? So what do you think? Was Lindsay the victim of a professional hit, or could someone much closer to her have orchestrated the crime? Could it have been a combination of both? We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. This case is one that refuses to let go of those who hear it, and we want to keep the conversation going. Who knows? Perhaps new attention could bring forward the clue that finally breaks this case wide open. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into this mystery, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Mystery Unveiled, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. Your support helps us keep bringing these stories to light, and we'll see you in the next video.